And speaking of food, those storms that our meteorologist Alan Rose has been mentioning all morning is expected to hit a little after lunchtime today.
Yeah, so if you're out and about for lunch, you might encounter some thunderstorms, some hail as we wrap up that lunch hour, especially into the mid to late afternoon hours. That's probably going to be the biggest risk time, especially over the eastern plains where some of that hail, I got to say, it could be as big as 2 to 3 inches in diameter. I think hail might be a little bit smaller than that for I-25, but some hailstones could be as big as golf ball size in diameter if those storms can get strong enough. And we're watching the hours between 1 and 8 p.m. for those severe threats that also include damaging wind gusts and a few quick spin-up tornadoes. It has been a gorgeous start to our Friday so far. Clear skies, that's the view from our Rockrimmon studios. And it's chilly in the upper 40s, so the rain jacket, the umbrella, good call for later today. Maybe a warm layer this morning. I think it's comfortable enough that you probably won't need it. Certainly sunglasses a good call as well, at least for that drive out the door to get to your destination this morning, work, or maybe summer camp for the kids. 43 right now in Monument, 41 in Woodland Park, 38 in Alamosa, with lower to middle 50s into the eastern plains. Now we are starting to see some energy already building into the Continental Divide, the western part of the state. Even some snow, it looks like, falling in the higher elevations above about 11,000 feet. For us, yesterday's storms now well off to the east. This is the next piece of energy that'll help to initiate storm development, as Karen and I were just talking about, as early as the lunch hour. So outdoor plans at lunch, maybe when you leave the office, it looks okay. I would bring the umbrella, especially in the Springs. I think for Pueblo, we're okay through the lunch hour. Storms developing here closer to that mid-afternoon time period. So again, another stormy afternoon on tap for us here in southern Colorado. Storms will be scattered in nature, so you might not see a storm today. You might not even see the severe weather, but you'll likely see it off in the distance if it doesn't hit your neighborhood. And some of these storms around the dinner hour, watch that storm cell moving east across the Arkansas River Valley, could be particularly nasty. Now, the good news here is that we roll into the weekend. We start out with sunshine on Saturday. Outdoor plans, I would say to save them for Saturday versus Sunday. I think we'll see some cloud cover develop in the afternoon, maybe a sprinkle or a spritz across the mountain areas or the southern I-25 corridor, but the majority of the forecast area should stay dry tomorrow, increasing storms as we make our way into Sunday. All right, take a look at your highs today. 60s back into play around Monument, Lyman, and Woodland Park. 70s for Eads, the Springs, and Pueblo, up to 80 today in La Junta. We have seen with the latest outage report, tree pollen now backing off to moderate levels. Grass pollen, however, with all the recent rain, does remain high. So Saturday, that's going to be the pick day of the next 7. In fact, let's do a breakout here. Not too often I get to showcase a nice day, especially with these stormy spring conditions. But look at the day planner there. Noontime temperatures in the mid-70s. Your high up near 80. For Pueblo, also expecting a dry start to the weekend with an isolated rumble of thunder possible Sunday, and then a better chance for storms with our next incoming front on Monday. For Canyon City, if we get a dry day, it's going to be Saturday. After that, those run-of-the-mill thunderstorm chances will pick back up with scattered storms possible each afternoon through at least next Thursday. For Woodland Park, a similar story. I think will mostly be dry on Saturday as clouds build up into the mountains, and then thunderstorms return starting on Sunday afternoon.